welcome to my channel. My name is Evelyn and I'm a Nigerian. I film from Berlin in Germany. I film about lifestyle, travel, fitness, vlogs and all those good stuff. So if you're new here, welcome. Please remember to click the subscribe button and do not forget to give the video a thumbs up and drop a comment, share with friends, and yeah, if you're a current subscriber, thank you guys for hanging out with me here. I'm so grateful. Thank you for the love and support so far from everyone across the world. Yes, the channel is growing and I'm so grateful. Yeah, so as you might have seen from the title, we're going to be discussing how hard it is studying in Berlin, and yeah, so far. So I wouldn't say it has been downhill from the time I started. Background story: I am currently studying for my master's in Berlin here in Germany. I'm studying scientific computing. Most people that I tell that, they usually feel, that sounds hard and technical. Yeah, kind of, but because I studied mathematics for my bachelor's, and so when I got here and I wanted to follow up with my master's, I searched for schools here in Berlin, and I didn't want to do major maths, like do math again for masters, and scientific computing sounded a bit practical, but no, it is still math major. I'm still doing the linear algebra, I'm still doing all the things that you can think about. So yeah, and it has been, there's the good side and of course there's the bad side, which we'll be talking about today. So if you'd like me to do a video of how to apply for schools in Berlin or in Germany, it's actually the same process for maybe in Nigeria that I am aware of a bit, you can please drop a comment below and I'll try to address it in the comment section or do another video on that. Masters here mostly is 4 semesters. That's like, yeah, 4 semesters basically, and there is the winter and there is the summer semester. I started in winter semester last year. That was winter semester, starts in October, and because it was winter, it was tough. It was really tough for me because I had to wake up. Waking up was not even the big deal, but going out very early, I had lectures as early as 8 o'clock, so I had to leave very early in the cold, and yeah, it was a bit tough for me. Another tough, the major tough one was the fact that I went back to school after 6 years of my bachelor's. I finished my bachelor's in 2012, and yeah, I started working a year later, and I had to go back to study my master's in 2018 because of course we live in a career-driven country, and I felt that to enter into the market I'd like to study for my master's so that I can refresh my memory and yeah, jump right into it. So these are the things I love about studying here in Berlin so far. I love the fact that you can work and school here. You can work for 20 hours. Students can work as much as 20 hours per week. There are a lot of jobs that are available, and as a student, so you can choose to work and to school. You don't have to rely on people. Maybe you don't have to, if you do not want to rely on your parents back home, you can work here for 20 hours per week, which is really nice, and I think I really like that. Now, because of the fact that students can work, I think it goes hand in hand because you can pick courses that you can do per semester at your own pace. Unlike from where I'm coming from in Nigeria, where they give you the number of courses you have to do, there is no minimum and there's no maximum. I don't think there is per semester that you can do. You can choose to do 1 course per semester. Yes, you heard me. You can choose to do 2 courses per semester. Yes, which helps for instance, if you want to say that, okay, I would like to work and to school, fantastic, you can take 1 course per semester or 2 courses per semester. Maybe you have other things that you're doing, you can choose to pace yourself, and if you'd like to say, okay, in 2 years or in 2.5 years I would like to be done with my master's, you can do as much course. For instance, for me, last semester I did up to 3 courses, sorry, first semester, and then last semester I did up to 4 courses, which helps. So you can decide to do as much courses as you want and as few as you want, which helps to pace yourself. Like, there's no rush, you can be here as long as you want. So yeah, I think that really helps, especially if you're a family person or you're a mother with children. The community is really supportive of mothers with children, families with children, so you can pace yourself as long as you want. Maybe you have to take, and another thing is you can take maybe 1 semester off. For instance, you'd like to focus on family, or you'd like to focus on work, or maybe you like to focus on your health or take time off school. That is also available. You can take 1 semester off, and maybe 1 year off. You want to travel around Europe, you want to travel back home to spend time with family, those are also possible. So you can just like write the school that, okay, I'd like to take 1 semester off school, and I'll be back the following semester, or I'd like to take 1 year off school and I'll be back in 1 year to continue my studies. Also, you don't have to like attend lectures. That could have a good and a bad side, of course. So you don't have to attend lectures fully and sign attendance fully, like where I'm coming from, where you have to be there every lectures. Of course, issues can come up, you could be sick, you could have other things to attend to. So far, I think some courses you do not have to be there for like every lecture. The good thing is that most courses upload the course outline on the website, so you can always go to the course link or course website to check and follow through if you miss any course, which helps a lot. And another thing is that you some courses actually have tutorials which are organized by the professor or the professor assistant. So where I'm coming from, tutorial is usually organized by students themselves, or maybe like students that are a year ahead. For instance, if you're in 300 level, you could the tutorial could be organized by maybe final year students in 400 level, 500 level, years ahead, or 1 year ahead, or even the scholar, like the best students in the class. So but here it is usually organized by the professor, the doctor, or the professor assistant, where we get to like sit down and talk about the lecture of the past week or the past, and yeah, which is really good because you also get to ask questions. Yes, which brings me to the next point, where you can always walk up to the lecturer or the professor to ask questions. If you have any questions, you can do that in the class, or you can always go to ask the professor at the professor's working hours, which is usually public on the website or at the professor's door. So you can always go to ask, okay, what do you think about this course? How is the exam going to be like? You can start talking about exams from like 1 or 2 weeks into the lectures, and that really works for me, which I really like. So I know how to study for the course. If I have to know every theorem, if I have to know every proof, if I have to know every assignment, yeah. Also, what I really like is you can choose when you want your exam to be, like when you want your exam to be. Usually when the semester ends, the lecturer is usually available for exams, and they usually communicate like before, like 4 weeks to exams. People are already asking, how is the exam going to be like, how is the exam going to be like. So the professor like pick dates which are okay for him or for her, and says, okay, this is the time that is okay for me immediately after the semester. For instance, if the semester ends middle of July, the professor can say, okay, few days after semester ends, or lecture ends rather, I can start exams immediately. For instance, this summer semester that just ended, one of my lecturers said that he won't be available throughout August. So the time he had was immediately after lectures, and your girl is not about to be doing exams immediately after lectures. or in September. So maybe he took summer break off with his kids or something. It could be anything. So it works for me. So I moved the exam to September for me. Some people had the exam immediately, so some people like to travel maybe back to their country to spend time with family before the new semester begins. So you can choose whenever you want your exam. The lecturer writes like schedules or times that he has available for you to write exams, and even if that time is not fine for you, if you want your exam later in December, you can write the lecturer and say, okay, is December fine for you? And there's like a compromise to like, okay, let's do this, is this fine for you, is this not fine for you? And you guys can reach an agreement. So it's kind of flexible and more student oriented, which helps you to like pace yourself, pick the date that you want, if you've read enough, when you want it, you know, because things can happen. You could be pregnant, you could have put to bed, you could be sick, you could be busy with work, you could travel to your country because the school is especially because in Berlin, schools in Berlin are mostly occupied or mostly attended by international students from all over the world. So they try to be flexible to meet the student needs, which helps a lot. Lastly, for the things I kind of like, courses are in English. Yes, I'm learning math in English. Math is tough enough. I can't be learning math in Deutsch. So courses are in English, even though there are some courses I would like to take, but currently they are being taught in Deutsch. And as days goes by, things are being refined to suit the student. For instance, one course that I took last semester, I wrote the doctor in charge, and I was like, okay, I'd like to take this course, but I can see on the website that it is in Deutsch. And she was like, okay, we can switch to English. And then on the first day of the lectures, she asked everyone if everyone is fine to take the exam in English, and maybe just one or two people said no, they would like it to be in Deutsch. And then she asked if it was okay that they could always come to her to ask questions, and they can also take their exams in Deutsch. So you get to choose the language you want your exam to be, and the language, yes, even if the lecture is in English, if you're Deutsch, you can take your exam in Dutch. Yeah. So one thing I didn't really like was, or maybe I'm not sure I like it, I have a love-hate relationship with it, is that the exam, most of my exams, or all the exams I've done, yeah, kind of oral. So the way it is, normally from where I come from, you like everyone after lectures, after the end of lecture season, exam dates, or yeah, exam date is fixed and exam timetable comes out. Everyone does the exam together in a hall, and we all write or what, answer questions basically. But here, so far my exams has been oral, and my first exam, or so far, the way it is, you enter into the room, you're the only one with the professor or the doctor that taught the lecture and one other person. So you enter, and then you sit down and you sign your exam papers, and you're asked to maybe start. So it's like an interview. So you start by saying, okay, this is what I learned so far from this topic, and then from there questions start coming up from the professor or from the doctor, from the lecturer, saying, okay, what do you think about this, what do you think about that? And questions start arising, and exams is in 25 to 30 minutes. And when you finish, I'm saying and a lot, but at the end of the session, you step outside and they deliberate about what you did. Of course, there will be a paper given to you. For me, I write the theorems, the calculations, the everything that I learned and I've read and put in my brain. Yes. So you step outside, you talk about what you wrote down and the mistakes you made, and then you're called back in and they tell you, okay, these are the things you said, these are the things you didn't do well, these are the things, blah blah blah, and so this is your score. Mostly, or here in Germany, the highest is 1 and the lowest is 5, unlike where I'm coming from, where the highest is 5 and the lowest is 1. So they say, okay, your score is 1.2, 1.5 or 4.3, depending on how much you prepared and how much you're able to convince them that you know what you're saying and you know what you're talking about. So yeah, another thing that I didn't really like was at the beginning, because it was tough, like I said, after 6 years going back to school. But first semester I was crying every day. Like I said in my previous video, I would put at the end of this video, like it was really tough. But so far it's been good, it's been nice, God has been faithful. Yeah, so far that is what I like, and those are my feelings with studying here in Berlin. If you'd like me to do another video of how to apply for schools here in Berlin or in Germany, please drop a comment, as I would do that if you'd like me to. Looking forward to your comments. Thank you for watching to the end. I really appreciate you if you're still here till now. Please remember to click the subscribe button if you're yet to do so, and share with friends, drop comments, give the video a thumbs up, because it helps the video to, like, yeah, it helps the video to grow and to be seen by other people. So looking forward to your comments, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.